Well, hello, 15-minute family. It's me, Deborah V. I pray that you are well. I hope that you had a wonderful time with the Thanksgiving holiday with your family and friends. And as we approach the continued holiday season with Christmas and New Year's coming up, I just wanted to share something that was on my heart today. We have been through a difficult November, and it is only I believe it's the 26th of November already. And so much tragedy has taken place in our world today. Family, I just wanted to reach out and make sure that everyone is okay, that you're loving on your loved ones, talking with friends and family, and really discussing with your children, age appropriate, about the things that are going on in our world. I just want to remind you that as the parent, the teacher, the mentor, the caregiver of children, you are the first point of contact, the first model, first teacher that our children are gleaming from. So we want to make sure that you're okay. So many things have just impacted my heart, which leads me to what I want to speak about today, and that is having compassion, teaching our children to have compassion for one another. I don't know where we lost it, but not being so stuck on self, but understanding others and putting others first and understanding the value of human life. We have just gotten so far away from what God intended us to be and to do as it relates to humanity, caring for one another. And so, as the adult, just a reminder that our kids are taking our cues from us, learning how to show compassion to other people around us and treating people the way that we want to be treated, and teaching our children not to be bullies, not to talk about and frown upon people who may be different from them. We have to show them how we as adults handle when we don't mesh with other people, or we have different opinions with other people, not to use violence as a means of communication. It's just we have to get a grip, and our children will get a grip when the adults get a grip. I just want to read two definition. One of empathy says empathy means feelings for someone. I understand what you're going through because I've been there. And compassion says feeling for someone and having the desire to help them, saying that I understand, but I also want to help you in your distress. We have to take time and not be stuck on ourselves and not just our four and no more, but looking at our neighbors. Looking at our neighbor, it doesn't necessarily mean the person that lives next door to us, but our neighbors, the people who are in our community, putting our selfish needs aside and having compassion to someone else who may be in distress. And family, I am encouraging you. Find out why you're so explosive. We talked about this before, that our children are watching how we respond when we have frustrations and difficulties and disappointment. We're teaching them how to be resilient by how we are resilient. We all have challenges, but we have to get to the root of what is causing us to be unhappy, causing us to be depressed. We have to get to the root and not stay there. We have to progress and move forward, because when we don't deal with these things, they fester. And somebody else, some innocent standby, or a person in your family not really knowing what's going on inside of you, say the wrong thing and they step on that landmine and bam, explosive. Family, our world is broken, but it can be healed one person at a time, one community at a time, one person at a time, as we are not being selfish, but looking to help someone else. Knowing that we may not have experienced all that people go through, but we have experienced some things as a human. And so I just am encouraging you today that you take the time, be sensitive to others. Show compassion, show love. Teach your children how to deal with their disappointments and hurts and failures. Be that example to them because our children are watching us. What we're doing is leaving a legacy of ourselves, not to just our family, but a legacy to the world by how we choose to live our lives and how we're responding to the internal frustrations that we feel. We need to deal with them so that there will be no more tragic situations that are going on in our world as it relates to being violent to another human being. Let us grab a hold of compassion for one another. Let us grab a hold of love and show our children that we may not necessarily agree with a person all the time, or we may never see eye to eye on certain issues, but be respectful. Learn how to respect another person so that we can value human life again. Human life is important. Your life is important. Another person's life is important. Teach your children about the importance of being a very kind, compassionate person. It's me, Deborah V, and I thank you for being a part of the Directed Arrows Village. Here is where we're building strong families together, and that begins with the adults in the life of a child. I pray that you are well, that you stay well, and that we check on one another and be a light, be a support to one another. Have a great rest of the holiday, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for joining Deborah V's Directed Arrows YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed today's content and that you are inspired to make a difference in a child's life. Remember, we're building strong families together. For more information, visit directedarrows.com.